Well, there's Noble Island. I'm going to park where that sand is around the corner. It's got caves everywhere and it's an amazing looking island. So I just got to stay up from the reef. It's about 200 feet away from me. You go around there at the back of this, hopefully get a safe anchorage for the night. I hope so. I've been here before, but that was a long time ago. So it's quite an amazing mountain. There's a mine shaft in the middle there going through and one on the other side. I'll go and explore them tomorrow or this afternoon, depending on my anchorage. Well, there's Noble Island, just anchored at the moment. We'll wait for low tide and move it forward a bit and clear rocks around me. It's hard to believe that men used to live and work on this place. Arid, isn't it? Just checking for crocs. Nice little pandanus over there. I'll get up on the top of that later on. Well, once again in weird places. Noble Island used to be a gold mine. They found gold, alluvial gold, on the beaches here. But apart from that, they found wolfram, which is in there. And there's tunnels in that big rock. Hopefully find a few. I've already been here once before, but I'm going to do a proper film on it this time. Noble Island. Well, you wouldn't believe it. I found 4 croc slides. 2 small ones and a big one. Looks at least 3 metre plus. But they were pretty old, so they're probably here last full moon or something, I don't know. But I've got to wait till a lower tide to get rid of the rocks on the bottom. There's quite a few. So safety's at hand. Between crocodiles, stonefish and rocks under the boat, I'm more worried about rocks under the boat, believe it or not. They put a nasty hole in it. I've got patches on it, but I got a patch kit, but it's not something I want to do here. So I'm going to wait for some more low tide, and then clear these rocks away. I'll just put the chain behind a big rock up there, and just see what it produces if it dries out at low tide here. Anyway, I'm going to have myself a bit of lunch, actually breakfast, and have a rest. I really would like to go for a walk, but I was going to do the mountain, but I made a decision. I don't have any peace in case something happened to me or fell off. I have been to the top with my daughter. It's quite a view. Just means that I'll be here for another day, 2 days actually, to leave on a high tide. It's blowing, look at it. So at least 25 knots out there at the moment. From what I heard, the forecast for Thursday, today's, I think it's Wednesday today, yeah. Anyway, just got to make sure a croc doesn't get me. It's quite a big bay. That's one of the croc slides. It's come up. That's his whole body there. So his tail is about here, and his head looks like it's about, that's where his nose is. If I measure that, straighten him out, he's a good solid 12 foot, that croc. Anyway, I've got to walk through that. They like hanging in that basking. So they're somewhere on the island, or they've left, one or the other. Anyway, I've got to put my shoes on. And Malachi's looking good. A few pandanuses. Look at that mountain. It was magnificent this morning with the sun coming up over it, but I got to get a move on. Tide's the boss. Well, I'm just about through. I'll be safer when I get up the hill here. Now this is the rock fallen from up top. Got quartz veins through it. So amongst that was gold and wolfram. Look at that for a sight. At this point there's only one way back, that's the way I just came, which was through there. Crocs are so intelligent that they can wait for you. They know where you're going, they keep an eye on you. Then they ambush you when they're ready. But look how beautiful that is. Pretty good day so far. Yesterday the wind was just off its tree. Beautiful. I think that miners went through this hard rock to get what they're looking for. I wonder, it would have been pretty hard. Wouldn't have come up with much. Looking for gold or wolfram. I gotta look for this mine shaft that I've seen from the sea. We've gone in here so far. It's a little shelter. So don't go too far. But this is what they would have blown jelly night. See what they could find. Check the samples. Obviously no good. But that's the shaft. I mean the entrance to start of a mine shaft. Not too sure what year they did this, but I know they found alluvial gold somewhere on the beach. Apparently all this was pushed up from the bottom and aspirated through the salt. Caused it to do all this, from what I found out. It's supposed to be wolfram, which is known as black gold. It's sort of a tungsten. A couple of birds going off at me. Coming up to the ridge line of this hill. That's the Howick Island. Lizard Island's way that way, Cooktown's way over that way. Bit of machinery down there. I'd like to climb to the top. A couple of birds going off. quite a drop. Birds are going off. Gotta watch these loose boulders. It's not that bad. If I fell, it's only like 20 feet, but sharp rock to hit your head if you did. I'd like to get to the top. Look at that. Beautiful, isn't it? Malachi. Birds must have a nest up here. Coming up to the first saddle. Look at that. Wow. Well, I gotta say, I've decided I'm not going to go to the top. Reason why, I'm by myself. And if anything happens, there's no getting me or fixing me up. No one knows I'm here, except for the people on Lizard Island. There's a yacht sailing out there at the moment, which is good. It's going north. That's Bewick Island over there. I got a good wind today if I was going to go south on a sail. At the moment my shadow's casting way out that way. Well, I'm going to call it quits. I've actually been on the top of there before with my daughter 5 years ago. Brooke and myself got to the top. Great view, but you know, there was 4 other people down below, so if something happened or I never came back with my daughter, it's just one of those things you can't do when you're by yourself. You know, take a big risk. It was bad enough last night just sitting in a place where I knew there was a croc. Especially, I had to clear rocks away in the water that was up to my knees, but I wouldn't do that normally. But I had to, just to rescue my boat for the low tide at night time. It would just destroy the bottom of my boat. But it's good to see a yacht travelling. He's obviously left early in the morning. He's going north. So this is Malachi with my boat behind me. These birds are driving me nuts. So I'm going to pack up the camera and get down to the bottom and film this cave. Just thought I'd film the Malachi through these rocks. Now on the eastern side, below that big mountain, up there is where I was. I'm going to go to this, there's a mine shaft going in. There's the audit. Right there's an entrance behind that tree. Go check him out. That's just all the stuff that they've dug out, which means it's not that deep. There's shaft. Stinky. Yeah. Sign the book, eh? Oh, it's not too good. Just to think that they dug in here. No bats. All right. Well, this is it. It's been a good journey so far, but if this caves in, no one knows I'm inside here. So they've only gone in 100 foot. I'm at the end. They must have found anything trying to get to the centre and then go down the middle. All I know is that there's supposed to be a cave going through the mountain and then down a shaft. But finding that's another day. Looks like Like a bit of a book to sign up here. A guest book. It's all wet. Yeah, it's saturated. Wind up torch. Hole in it. This got wet. Oh well. It's old. Treasure chest. Well, I'm going to get going with this and go and film some of these relics that are on the beach, see what's washed up, and get back to my boat and head off to Barra Island, which is north of here, 11 miles. That's all I've got to do today, and the wind's coming up a bit, so it'll be a big, quick run. Off I go. Part of the concrete there of the mine, there's the mine up there, and there's a bit of concrete, some, whatever it was for, some wood coming out, 44-gallon drum base in there, lots of flopsing and jetson, some footprints. Just walking the beach, checking out the flopsing and jetson. Bit of old machinery just over here. Just got to make sure none of these logs move. Interesting pile up of coral. Dumped here obviously by the machine. Flopson and jetson. This was built up, I don't know, maybe they put a sieve. Something was down there. Quite an operation they had here on the hope to find riches. A lot of cement, tin, rusted tin. Wouldn't be a mine shaft because it'd be pretty wet. There's an old tractor. I think that some human was in that once. I think that this was run around the island once, trying to find gold or silver or wolfram. It's going to go over there. More tractors. This is what's left of a boat. Oh wow, that was a big boat. This part here, it's obviously off a big cat. What's left of it, washed up here in a cyclone. There's the underneath part of the hull. Looks like the forward section. Roofing. Here's what would have been a hut where someone lived, doing all their mining. I'd say that's what this was, where they lived, hung out for the night. Not a bad spot. Bit of an overhang, protection. Got a good view of everything. That yacht's going past Bewick at the moment. Part of an old stovetop. Be interesting if you're metal detective, if someone left a little timeline story of their time here, you know, like a capsule, time capsule. Nice little eco island. Just looking at the design in this rock, beautiful. Off spray, obviously a nest up there. What a great adventure. Look at that. Very nice. Gotta pull my finger out. I saw some natural water caves around the corner here when I came in. I'm just going to check that out. See how deep they go. Nice off spray. Wow. Look at that. There's a big fish just sitting there. Wow. Just in there. Oh, it's a big mangrove jack. A couple of mangrove jacks. Wow. If you had a spear, you could just go chunk straight in there. Hey, look at that. That's beautiful. Natural round little circle. Well, oblong. Land bridge. Let's see what's in here. Oh, that was a croc then. That's interesting, it goes pretty far. Well, I'm inside this natural blowhole. Yeah. Gonna have to get back to the boat, so I'm calling this the end of cave hunting on Noble Island. It's been good, eagles above me, but it's time for me to move on to Barrow Island, Barrow Point. Well, this ain't just any bird. Beautiful osprey. Don't know what happened to it. It's already hollow, eaten out from the inside. Well, that's a bit sad. I've seen two of them flying just before, but there must have been a fight in mating or something. Got killed and landed here. Nice flat area for it. Bones of an osprey. Anyway, I've got to get back to my boat. Wind's getting up. I've got 11 miles to get to Barrow Island, and it's been a great adventure. I'm glad I stopped here. I'm glad I didn't get to the top. Still got a lot of energy, so well, that was good. Safe. I made it through the grass where crocs can hang. The mountains behind me. There's a boat going north, so I might be in a bit of company. It's always good. He's over there at the moment. It's going to take a while to catch him, but I'm only going 11 miles that way. Looks like he's going to Stanley Islands. There's a Malachi. Thank you, Lord, for looking after it. 2 anchors, made sure it wasn't going anywhere. So that's it for Noble Island. Great adventure. Don't know if I'm ever going to come back here. Don't know when. Last time I was here was 2009. Really good. I'm glad I didn't climb the top. It just would have been dangerous, me by myself, so all good.